All right, what's up, people? It's gonna be part two. I don't really know how I can top part one, and we only got 6 minutes in. We Dougie fresh the fuck out of that shit. I didn't have it on my watch later. I don't know why. I'll figure it out somehow. But what I noticed is that Tom Leroy is at Thomas Leroy 5309. I don't know if that number means something to you or whether they just do that to people. I don't think they do it to me. But anywho, let's get back into this.
There's great power in finding that God or entity that speaks the loudest to you, not ignoring its call. But just because we call upon other entities does not in any way downgrade the significance of Satan, for he has kept the dark forces alive within the collective psyche of the Western civilization. And some of you would love it if he replaced Yahweh. Carl Jung saw the satanic archetype as not only a force in life, but also as a psychological phenomenon, for he is the raw, untamed aspect of the shadow, the archetype of the undeveloped ego gone wild.
Look, there's a guy that I hold up in highest regard. His name is Longchenpa, also known as Longchen Raban. Rob Jam, however you want to pronounce it. To me, philosophically, he's pure. So I get it, you hold Carl Jung up in a very high regard. I just don't. And I know you probably have no idea who Longchenpa even is, so it's all good either way. But you know what this guy had to say about how we interact with what might be called the metaphysical or this, I don't understand why that guy. I know he had a lot of insights, and I'm not gonna, don't get me wrong, I'm not shit can. I mean, you talk about Jung versus Freud. It's obvious Freud was a fucking weirdo who dreamed about having sex with his mother. But people still quote that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? People still quote Sigmund Freud like he has something to say. I'm like, no, that was a kid that wanted to sleep with his mother. He had a cocaine problem and everything else. But he's like, hey man, well, you have an alcohol and weed problem. I'm like, yeah, you got me there.
While Lucifer, on the other hand, is the archetype of the ego, masquerading as an enlightened being. But here is the question I want to ask you, my satanic brethren, a question I've asked before. Would you really want a satanic current to sweep over society, a current that bubbles up from the depths of the dark absolute of the collective unconscious? Think about it.
I do all the time.
I'm of the mind that too much of a good thing can lead to an ugly outcome, especially when half-wits and idiots feel that satanic pull. And
that's so true,
that
Tom.
Call to action.
That is so true, bro.
Relish in the initial thrill of being rebellious, but are in their hearts unfulfilled. For thousands of years, we've opened portals to our subconscious by living a life of symbolism.
I have to interject here. I think the idea between fulfillment and unfulfillment is kind of what makes life happen. So like you're unfulfilled, so you go out and you get food. You'll kill an animal, you'll bring it home, then the whole group can feast. And that's fulfillment. But it was the unfulfillment that allowed you to go out there and get that thing done. That's just my opinion.
Right,
I don't know what I'm
talking about.
That word
symbolism, that word's
I don't have a sect of pedophiles.
Symbols are what keeps the conduit to the subconscious open. Get what I'm saying? But too many, when they walk away from the beliefs of their parents in society, also walk away from living a symbolic life.
I cannot see.
Understand that mythology is a form of symbolism, and the Bible is mythology with just a very, very small amount of history and a bunch of archaic laws thrown in. And to be honest,
it's 400
to be honest with
you,
some of the mythology in that book, the symbolism isn't horrible, such as the idea that one needs to die of their old nature before being reborn as a new being. But most...
That's totally not in the Old Testament. I guess you're taking the New, right? You're taking the writings of Paul, I guess.
So the Bible is not okay because it creates that artificial buffer between you and the shadow aspects. Thus, you're shunning half of who you are. It's also filled with slave
Speak for
morality
yourself,
and
bro.
slave mentality, where one must fear and beg the master to have a worthy existence.
I know you didn't mean it that way, but when you use the word the master that way, come on, man. Come on. I know you're not talking about me, but come on, man. Don't do that. That's not what, that's not, look. When I say the master, what I mean is an undeniable reality. That is the master. Meaning, like, it's not exactly equivalent, but gravity is the master of whether you fall up or fall down. And it just depends how high the fucking ladder is, Jacob. Depends how high the ziggurat is. Am I correct? So it's like, come on, man. Don't do that to me. These people are not worshiping the master. They're worshiping something completely different. And it's a mind fuck. And you should know this. I know you do know it. You're going to get to it. He's going to get to it. Hold on. This is going to have to be 4 parts. Maybe I'll do the last 2 as Rumble exclusives. That way I can tell them what I really think.
Go, those old beliefs,
do that already.
Most disconnect from the symbolic life completely. Thus, a hole has been left behind.
Never use the word most unless you have some kind of evidence.
This is why Jung promoted living the symbolic life, taking symbolic experiences seriously. And we who partake in the occult from the left-hand path perspective innately do this.
What about those that do it from the other side?
And by far,
is it still the same occult, or is it a different version?
I'm strictly talking symbols and not entities. Is, without a doubt, Baphomet.
Yeah. Oh, he finally got to it. Halfway through, he finally got to it. Oh, fuck. This dude get... Dude, oh, dude. I hope he didn't do this. If he did this, you know, this is going to be part 2 of 2. Let's see if he did it. Sounded like he got up out of his chair. Now it sounds like there's going to be a whole different video. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is.
On this channel and in the organization, the Sect of the Horn God, I'm attempting to get you, the practitioner, and understand what's happening on this path, not only from the historical and mythological perspectives, but also...
Yeah, the dog plug this in. This is a plug-in, bro. Stop. Why are you plugging this shit in, nigga? I don't know what to say, man. You come up with some new shit, and then it's like, I'm going to give you my old shit. I do that, but I do it in a goddamn link. I don't try to make a whole new video where I'm introducing my old video. I'll just point you to my old video. I'll be like, I said this then. Because what you'll find is if you go through my entire library, and this same goes for you, Tom. I'm not throwing no shade, but it's like you'll see that I'm always constant. Everything I've said over the years, over however 15 many years I've been on YouTube, and that's not even like a quarter of my life. Oh wait, how do you carry the 2? Yeah, it's close to that. But the point being is that I've always been, you know, telling the same shit and always standing by the same shit. You can't hold that against me, and I don't hold it against you because I think it's cool. But I think I'm gonna leave this at 2 out of 2. Because I don't want to watch an old video again. Sorry, I'm just not into watching old videos, man. I've already seen it probably already gave it a thumbs up, probably already agreed with most of it. You know, same shit, different day, but see, I want a new shit and a better day. Oh, man, make that a goddamn pop song. Keep on popping.